Hi all. Today we are going to learn Introduction to Flowcharts. So students, you know algorithm very well. What is algorithm? You have learned it. An algorithm is a step-by-step instruction or operation to be performed for a given task. It means we are writing step-by-step instruction to achieve a specific task. We are writing that instruction in a sequence. So it gives an ordered sequence of steps which provides solution to a given problem. Now, after algorithm, students, you know it very well. When we are writing program, so before writing the program, to understand its flow or to for smooth functioning of program, we have to write first algorithm, then flowchart, and third step is writing a program, so that whatever the problems are there, with the help of algorithm and flowchart we can find it out. So algorithm is step by step instruction, and the same algorithm can be presented in a pictorial diagram is nothing but a flowchart. So for flowchart we can say flowchart is a systematic representation of particular algorithm. It is a pictorial or graphical representation of an algorithm. So there, as you know it very well, for computer there are three steps. First, it accepts the input. Second, it processes that input, and then it gives the output. So according to it, in flowchart, some specific symbols are used. To accept the input, some symbols are there. For processing, some symbols are there, and to represent the output also, some symbols are used. So let us see symbol one by one. First is a oval shape or round circle. It is called as terminator, and it is used to start or end the process. Whenever we are going to start new process or we want to end the process, that time terminator is used in the flowchart. Second is, if we want to submit some input, that time we have to use input output box, and the presentation of graphical presentation of input output box is parallelogram. So parallelogram represents the input and output operation of a process. Third is, after submitting the input, after giving the input, particular information is getting processed. So for processing, we have to use rectangle. So for processing, graphical symbol is rectangle. It is used to represent the process or an instruction to be carried out. And fourth is decision symbol. Graphical symbol for decision is a diamond. Sometimes situation comes like that, we have to take some decision in the form of yes or no. So for that we can use diamond. It is used in branching when decision is to be made. So these are the symbols, and with the help of these symbols we can draw flowchart, or we can represent an algorithm in pictorial form, which is called flowchart. So why to use flowchart? A flowchart is, as we know it very well, a flowchart is a pictorial or graphical presentation of an algorithm. It helps to visualize the process better as compared to word algorithm. if there are flaws in the process, sometimes there can be a mistake in the process, there can be some flaws in the process, then that time it is easier to identify that flaw through a flowchart. If we stuck on an idea and we are not sure how to proceed further, what should be the next step, then that time flowchart help us to get the solution. With just a few words and some simple symbols which we have seen just now, flowchart clearly shows what happens at each stage and how this affects other decision and actions. We will see one problem. Let us consider we will see the flowchart to make the tea. Let us see the example for preparing a tree. We will try to draw the flowchart. So first step is start, which is indicated by terminator. After that step will be fill kettle with water and place on stove. After this is the processing. So that's why for processing we have to use rectangle. After that next step will be turn on the stove. After second step, next step is the water boiling? It has two answers. Either water is boiling or water is not boiling. So depending on that we have to take decision. So if yes, if the water is boiling, then next step is add tea leaves. If water is not boiling, then as you can see in the picture, we are coming back on the same step. If water is not boiling. So after that, if water is boiling, we have to take next step, that is add tea leaves. After adding tea leaves, next step is switch off the stove. Then strain the tea in a cup. So all this processing will be there. As an output, we are getting cup of tea. So we should finish the process with the help of end. So this is the flow chart for preparing tea. So whatever the steps are there, according to that we have to represent that steps by using graphical symbols, and all that steps will be done one after another.